All right. How's everyone doing today? Welcome to Thursday. Made it over top of the mountain on the other side. Going downhill. Not too difficult. Just coast on down. We're almost there. The weekend's right around the corner. And because it's Thursday, and because it's done raining, it rained a little bit this morning, but it is beautiful out today. And so, let's go a little walk. Have a little talk about some stuff. First of all, let me just say thank you so much for joining me today. I appreciate it. Whether you're on your couch, on your phone, on your computer, on your tablet, on your game system, however you're watching me, thank you. I truly appreciate it. I really do. Second of all, let me say now that thanks are out of the way, I am recording this on my Insta 360 Go 3S. What's the big deal about that? Who cares, right? Who cares, giant rat? We don't care about the tech or what you film on or any of that stuff. Well, I understand. But why that's significant for me is because this thing crapped out on me. It broke. And I have not had it for a couple weeks now, and I haven't had it in functional order for well over a month. Probably a month and a half, maybe even 2 months, to be honest with you. So some of the early videos that were daily that I did, and I was in the car, and you know, you saw me like from a perspective behind the steering wheel. That was using this camera. And even though the other camera I have, and even my phone, has a little bit better resolution, the convenience of this camera is so awesome. For me, I love it. I can take it out of its cradle, the action pod, which is where it's at now, and I can put it on a wristband and film on roller coasters and rides. I can put it in a cradle, a little cradle that I attach to parts of my car, and it's magnetic. I can put it on a number of different things with the magnet. I can do that with the entire pod if I wanted to, but typically I don't do that. And I haven't really used much of the magnet anyhow in either way, shape, or form. But anyways, I'm just happy to have this little camera back. It's one of my favorite pieces of gear that I have. Even though it's, you know, camera junkies might say it's sort of amateurish, which I agree, it is. That's okay. I'm an amateur. I'm not a professional photographer, filmographer. I just like it. Convenience. And it puts out pretty good footage. It's easy to use. So, it was rainy today. It's a little wet, so we won't be walking too far. So this will be a shorter vlog. Part of what I wanted to talk about is how excited I was that I got this camera back. And I don't expect anyone else to be excited about me getting my camera back. It just makes things fun for me. That's all. I don't know if you ever heard somebody from Pennsylvania say the word crick. This is a crick. Particularly eastern PA or rural PA. You might call that creek. We call it crick. Well, some of us. I call it crick. And creek is kind of high from the rains, from weeks of snow melt or snow melt over the last week. It's not too bad though. Let me tell you this much, the wetlands over here, they're pretty wet right now. And it won't be too long till everything's green. In fact, grass is already kind of getting green in spots. Okay, so it is so nice out, and it's crazy because you get so used to winter and the way things are in wintertime that you forget what this feels like here. And I gotta say, like, I don't really think that our winter was all that bad. I mean, on the scale of things, it was worse than what we're used to. Lately, anyways. Like over the last several years, we've been really fortunate with our winters. But this year, time caught up to us. So, old man winter wasn't kind to us this year, but it could have been worse. And I'm just glad that we're on the other side of this thing now. I think we are. It is just March. We're like close to the middle of March. So, we're not out of the woods yet. But it's not bad. It's really not bad. Can't complain too much. Let's see. Yeah, we're gonna go in here. We're gonna hop up on this boardwalk. Looked like a mom and her kids walking. I don't know why the kids aren't in school. It's a weekday. It's none of my business. But man, this is gonna look really nice this year. They just did a lot of work on this. And I will just be able to see how pretty this is gonna get before we move to the other site that we're going to be working at. But wow, first signs of spring. There it is. I haven't seen any flowers yet. Nothing budding up in that way. But this past weekend when I was down in Virginia, you could see signs. Trees were starting to sprout a little bit. Yeah, you can see the signs, and because it rained a little bit, everything kind of has that fresh sort of smell to it. And that feel like clean. Like nature just cleaned itself a little bit. I am really jealous of people on this boardwalk I'm walking, because at one point you could walk through here. This boardwalk, and you could go further into the marsh. I'm not sure why it's closed off. Maybe a part of it collapsed or something. I don't know. Maybe they're protecting something, which, you know, that's possible. And different signs throughout the marsh here, kind of explaining what you're walking through. Oh boy. Oh boy. Temporary respite. Up there, clouds look a little ominous. I'm gonna get dumped on again with the rain. All right, I'm gonna turn you around so instead of looking at my ugly mug, you guys can see the green coming through. Signs of spring right there. Right there, baby. Signs of spring. Look at that. Green. Oh, we are back, baby. We are back. Yeah. Oh, unfortunately, those darkened skies, they're gonna force me to not dilly-dally. Hi, Mr. Bird. Even the grass is starting to look greener, especially here. It was pretty brown. I mean, not like the stuff in between the grass, but and it's even got a little firmness to the ground, which means it's not oversaturated, which also in turn means that the plants in the ground and the grass, it's soaking up the rainwater and using it. It's not just oversaturated. And the great thing about after the rains is that sound. So peaceful. What do you got, Mr. Squirrel? What are you eating? What'd you find? That's nuts. Enjoy. It's just something so peaceful, serene. Sounds of nature, and then you gotta walk out here and hear some car. It's like a rough transition from all of that and listening to that. Hear that sound? Man, that's just pretty. It's beautiful. Transitioning from that to all of this. Yeah, here comes another one. Yeah. That's pretty, right? Till you see that and that. You just can't. We can't let things be beautiful, can we? I used to not care about that stuff, but man, as I get older, I care more and more and more about the impact that we leave on things. And so I don't want to say I look at all these crazy like principles like carbon numbers and all this kind of stuff. I don't pay attention to any of that. I just that's not really my wheelhouse, my thing. I don't understand it, and like I said, it's not my thing. But I do care about the impact I leave behind, the physical things that are in my environment. Try and clean up after myself. I don't think that's too much to ask. So, you know, it's kind of bothersome when you see this nice nature area and you're walking by and you hear all that serene stuff, and then you see some piece of crap let a piece of plastic there, you know. There's another one, and you know, I'm sorry, but if you care that little, you're a piece of crap. All right, so anyways, let's talk a little bit real quick about what we've accomplished this week. So, have you made anyone smile yet? Have you made anyone feel appreciated yet? If you did that, great. Good job. Keep up the good work. But if you haven't, time's running short. Got the rest of today. And then you got tomorrow, Friday. Now we hit the weekend, and you know how we all are on the weekend. So, do the old giant rat a favor. Tell someone you love them. Put your arm around them, make them feel wanted. Let them know how much you appreciate them. Make them smile. Tell them a joke, a good joke. Clean joke, not a dirty joke. Oh, and it's Thursday. So yesterday, Philly Captain released his Disneyland vlog. And boy, oh boy, did that put a smile on my face. Man, I was kind of feeling down about some things. And I watched that vlog with he and Jacob the carpetbagger at Disneyland. I had a smile on my face the whole time. It's just a fun video. I encourage you to go watch it if you want to smile a little bit. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Here it comes. We were too late. Here comes the rain. It's all right. It's not too bad yet. So we'll have to book it a little bit here. Fast walk. This is starting to pick up. Oh boy. Anyways, this weekend my daughter's coming in from Alabama to visit our place, and I'm looking forward to that. I haven't seen her since around Halloween, and I don't know, we'll see if we have any adventures lined up. It's raining, it's coming down pretty good. I'm gonna be drenched. By the time I get back to work, I'll smell like a wet dog in this flannel. Rain mixed with sweat, not so good. Especially on a 300-pound fat man. All right, I'm gonna let you go so I can get back before I get too wet and ruin this camera again. That's gonna do it for today. Tomorrow we celebrate. Friday, weekend, it's coming. We celebrate dreams, grass, churros. We'll see you then.